Hey everybody, good morning and welcome back to Blu-Roy Movies. It's Saturday, but we're doing the weekly watches because that's how we're rolling this week, I'm afraid. And going forward, the days again might be a little bit sporadic with the weekly watches. At work, we've got a new client on a Sunday, which means a lot of Sundays I'm going to be at work. Next week, Mrs. Blu-Roy and I are going to the coast for a well-deserved break. So looking forward to doing that. So probably next week there won't be a weekly watches, so you'll get 2 weeks in one when I get back. But if you're interested, I might film a little footage of the seaside for you if you want to see that, see what we're up to. Let me know down below and I can do that for you guys because I love you guys, you know that. So this week I've watched 6 titles. Quite a quiet week, been quite a busy week actually. The work's picking up now nicely. It's all going well, so all good on that front. So let's crack right on and let's talk about these films, shall we? First up, I started with Don Siegel directing. Now, what a great director Don Siegel is! Such a list of fantastic films. A lot with Clint Eastwood, Dirty Harry, Two Mules for Sister Sarah. I think he did The Beguiled. Yeah, such a great list. Charlie Varick, that film, love that film. Really underrated. Not a lot of people talk about Don Siegel, but absolutely slew of great films. And the 1950, is it 53? I'm probably barking up the wrong tree there. Version of the Invasion of the Body Snatchers. Absolutely delighted to pick this up on Amazon for $7.50 recently. Absolute steal. And I always said this was the poorer cousin to the 70s film, but I really loved this time. I really enjoyed it. The atmosphere in it is so creepy and gets under your skin, and the paranoia. You don't know if somebody's a pod person or they haven't been caught yet, and it keeps you guessing all the way along. Because years since I've seen it, it must have been a kid since I saw it last time. So yeah, really enjoyed it, and I don't know whether I can put it above the 70s version now, but my God, certainly on a par with it. I'll probably I'll probably watch that next to 70s though, and it'll blow this one out of the water. But you know it is when something's fresh in your mind. But yeah, really like that. I'm really glad I picked it up. You all know the story of it about the alien pods coming down and they're taking over the people. Paranoia, dread, creepiness abounds in this. If you haven't watched it for a long time like me, give it another rewatch. And actually, Stuart George's just ranked all the Body Snatchers films on his channel, so go over and give that a watch as well because it is really interesting. And I think my rankings would be slightly different to his, but we're all different. Yeah, I really enjoyed that. Excellent stuff. And next up, another fantastic western. Sergio Salima, is it directed? The Big Gun Down. Now, I heard a few people talking about these over the last couple of years since it's been released by Indicator, and finally picked myself up a copy. And you kick yourself because you just missed a good film all these times. Absolutely wonderful stuff. It stars Lee Van Cleef and Thomas Millian. And Lee Van Cleef, he's tasked with tracking down and killing this Mexican guy played by Thomas Millian, who is accused of, I don't even like to say the crime, one of the most heinous crimes you can do against a minor or anybody for that fact. So Lee Van Cleef is tasked with tracking him down and killing him, and it becomes a real game of cat and mouse. Lee Van Cleef is trying to catch him, and he gets the better hand and he gets away. Then Millian gets the better hand, and really to and fro, and absolutely wonderful spaghetti western. Really enjoyed it. Again, like if you haven't seen this one, get a copy. Oh, brilliant! And I didn't know that the one I've got in the Masters of Cinema collection, which I haven't seen yet, Run Man Run, is actually a sequel. So it's just by a stroke of luck that I picked this one up and happened to watch this one first and not watch that one yet. So Run Man Run is one I'll be getting around to pretty soon, and I'll be letting you guys know what I think about that one. Yeah, wonderful. I know Carlos, he was a big fan of this, and I can see why. Brilliant stuff. spaghetti westerns. I've got to watch more of them because I've only really watched the big hitters, really. So yeah, got to get through some. And next up, what day was it? It was Monday. Monday, the wife and I, Mrs. Blu-Roy, we went out to. It was supposed to be a car and motorbike show, but we got there and they had about 3 cars and 3 motorbikes. There's more vehicles parked in the drive of Blu-Roy Towers sometimes. You know what I mean? And yeah, and they were charging £3 each to get in. I think they should have had Dick Turpin on the gates because it's highway robbery. But never mind, it was a nice day. We sat there and we had a cup of tea, and I saw a lady I used to work with, so we had a chat. So it was good. And while I was there was a stall there, a bit of a tombola stall, and they were selling some second-hand DVDs for £1 a piece. So I had to dig through the box, see if there's anything I wanted. So I picked up another one, Al Pacino, that I know Sammy G was talking about a few weeks ago on his channel, so I thought I'll give that a watch. And I also picked up this one, Like Father, Like Son. Now, the reason I grabbed this is it's directed by Harukazu Koreeda, who I've watched his films Shoplifters, and that was absolutely sublime film, brilliant. And I've got another one out there to watch, Broker or Broken. I want to say Broker. Hang on, it's going to book me now if I don't have a look. Hang loose, people. We will be back. Yep, that's it. Broker. So I must get onto that one. So, yes, I watched this one, Like Father, Like Son. And Koreeda, if that's how indeed you do pronounce it, is, I can see it becoming a favourite director because, again, an absolutely wonderful film. I must have a look, see if it's a Blu-ray edition, because I'd really like to upgrade this now. This is all about these two couples here, and they find out when their sons are 6 that the hospital where they were born, the 2 sons were maliciously swapped. So they've been raising each other's child for the last 6 years, and it's all about the dilemma of what would you do? Would you keep raising this child that you've brought up as your own and grown to love, obviously, as parents over the last 6 years, or do you swap so you have your own maternal and paternal son to bring up? And absolutely wonderful how you put it through the dilemma, because I was thinking, no, they're better off sticking, no, they're better off twisting. And the couples are both from really different backgrounds. Like this couple here, he's a successful businessman and they're only bringing up the one child, whereas the other couple, they haven't got a lot of money, but there's brothers and sisters and they're far more family orientated than this guy is, who leaves the bringing up of the son more or less to the wife. And what effect it will have on the 2 children then, because they'll be living in 2 different environments. Yeah, absolutely wonderful stuff. Just enveloped me. Easily the film of the week, and that's saying something, as I've already seen that and that as well, which were absolutely stupendous. Yeah, if you haven't seen this one, give it a watch. I don't know whether like Warren or Sam have seen this. If you have, guys, let me know what you thought, because absolutely blew me away. Amazing things. And yeah, I might have got something in my eye at one stage. You know how it is. Yeah, brilliant. Next up, I watched a film I haven't watched for years and years and years, Death Race. And it was good. It was good, stupid action. I do like Statham. He's your proper man's man, cockney, cheeky geezer, beat everybody up, but he's good at it, isn't he? At the end of the day. All about this guy who gets put in prison by nefarious means just to drive in the death race. A race round the prison grounds where the cars are armoured. The cars have got loaded with guns and you shoot each other and kill each other. You survive 5 races, you go free. Wonderful. Ian McShane's in this, which I didn't know. I love a bit of Ian McShane. Lovejoy, brilliant actor. Yeah, wonderful stuff. And then I followed this up with, now I'm not going to get into the story again. Delta Force 2, no, it's in actual fact Death Race 2. If you know the channel, you know the story, but I'm not going to go into it again and bore you. But Death Race 2, yeah, I went into this with zero expectations. It's actually a prequel and not a sequel. And again, I was pleasantly surprised. I quite enjoyed it. This one's got Matt Goss. I always get the two brothers mixed up. He's playing the starring role, which is probably the weakest point of the film. He's supposed to be this badass guy, and he's just some lad out of a boy band, isn't he? Like, they're not very scary. I've not seen Death Race 3 yet. Who's in that? Gareth Gates? God knows. But yeah, it's quite good fun. It's a prequel. It's all about how Death Race started. Good cast in it. Danny Trejo, he's always a bit underused, I felt, in it. And I also like the one guy who's in both films, Lists, I think they call him. He's like a little dweeby guy who does the mechanics and all that. Yeah, he's a good character. Yeah, overall, Death Race, the two films, wonderful. And I'm actually quite intrigued to watch Death Race 3 now and see where the story goes. Because it's pleasantly surprised me. I think there's a fourth one as well, isn't there? I could be wrong on that, but I pretty think there is. And last up for this week, as I say, quite a quiet week. One of my favourites, Marlene Dietrich in The Devil is a Woman. Another really good film, another one I enjoyed. A good week again of watches. Directed by Joseph von Sternberg. Excuse me, this is his 6th meeting up with Dietrich for films. I think I've seen 5 of them. I think there's still one I need to buy, which I'll have a look for in the indicator sale. And this might be the one I've enjoyed so far of the 6, actually. Yeah, really good. Marlene Dietrich, she plays this woman. She's an absolute bitch, but she does bitch really good. Yes, she really carries it off. This is about Cesar Romero's character, that guy there who, if you watched the 1960s Batman TV, Pow, Kapow, Sock and all that stuff, he was the Joker in that. And even without the makeup, you can see his long face straight away in this. He is due to be meeting Dietrich for a date where a friend of his, Lionel Atwell, turns up, and he's horrified to discover that he's meeting Dietrich and regales him with stories of how she led him on and took all his money off him and how his life was ruined by Dietrich. And then he was trying to warn off the Joker, I call him the Joker, about meeting her. And then he promised no chance he was going to meet her. And then, as men do when there's pretty ladies about, it all changes, and they get under your skin, and it turns into a really fantastic love triangle, which, not really love, because she didn't love either of them. She's playing them both for the cash. Yeah, really good fun. Just a great short movie, 80 minutes long, so you don't have to invest a lot of time. But really enjoyable. See that in the indicator sale for a £5. By all means, I'd pick it up. So, yep, that's it for the week. Thanks, as always, guys, for watching. Really appreciate the likes and the comments and conversing with you guys. Pretty much that's the highlight of the week. Reading the comments and talking to you guys. I've got a sad existence I lead, eh? But there you go. That's what I do. It's what we all do, innit? At the end of the day. Give us a thumbs up if you like what I've done here today. Maybe think about subscribing if you want to hear more of this twaddle. And I'll catch you guys later. Ta-ra.